Street photography is a powerful way to observe and experience the world, while also developing your artistic vision and skills at the same time. It's an art form that allows you to slow down, be present, and find beauty in the sketches of everyday human life. And the best part is that anyone can do it. At the core of street photography is the ability to find beauty in the mundane. Our lives are busy. We are constantly moving and rushing to the next big thing. But stepping onto the street with the camera in hand for a few precious moments allows us to quiet ourselves, observe the world around us, and make art. Join us as we discuss street photography, gear, and share a few photography tips to help you make the most of your time on the streets. Equipment requirements for street photography are minimal. There's no need for lights, tripods, or a large bag full of lenses or anything like that. Minimizing your gear pack, often to just one camera and one lens, allows you to focus on your creative vision and not on the gear itself. That plus a good pair of shoes is really all that you need. Ian teaches that a street photographer should always be looking. His approach to street photography is usually to build an image in layers with deliberate consideration for the right combination of 4 elements: background, light, composition, and the right subject. Let's take a look at each one of these elements and discuss how we can make use of them when creating images on the streets. First, the background. When you're walking the streets, be observant. See what scene, wall, or building naturally looks interesting to you. Something that might serve as a great background for an image. It might be because of the color, the shadows, the frame of a doorway, or the way a building is shaped. The second component you can use is great available light. Shadow and light play a major role in street photography, so it is important to find good or interesting lighting and use it in a way that serves the image. As you walk, pay attention to where the sun is and how it bounces off of objects, goes through windows or buildings, and creates shadows. Great light can shape your subject, add depth to your photograph, and is often a large part of how we communicate emotion. So it is important to consider how to best use the light you find when you are out making images. This may also guide the time of day you hit the streets. Next is your composition. Compose your image in a way that guides the viewer's eyes to your subject. One approach is to apply the rule of thirds, dividing your image into 3 rows and 3 columns, and place the subject in the intersection of the grid. You can also look for lines that lead the eye to the subject, or lines that have symmetry and frame the image nicely. The decision of what to include or exclude in a frame should be a conscious artistic choice. Sometimes incorporating less into the photograph can help emphasize a person or an object more. Which brings us to the last element, your subject. Usually the subject is people, but it can also be a bird or a dog passing by. You might have found the right background, lighting, and composition, but the right subject will complete the scene. Here is an example. Ian waited 30 minutes for this image. He had 3 of the 4 elements: beautiful lighting, an interesting background, and a good composition, but he wanted a dynamic subject. He stood waiting until a pigeon flew right through the scene, creating a perfect moment for his image. You're not limited to finding elements in this order, of course, as street photography is about being free and creative with what you find. You can always approach subjects and find the other 3 layers after. You might find somebody that draws your attention and move around so that they're in front of an interesting background with good lighting. The goal should always be to craft a compelling image, one that tells a story by using the elements that are available in the scene. Start simply by finding a foundation for your photo, whether that's an interesting frame, a bold color, or a beautiful light. Then play with the scene for a few minutes, moving around, trying different compositions until all of the layers in the photograph are arranged the way you want them. It's up to you to create your image. Life is happening all around us. Street photography gives us a vehicle to experience it and to document it, and get out there and have fun. So don't put pressure on yourself. Just be present, enjoy the process, and see what comes of it. Want to learn more about developing your creative perspective? Check out the assignment, then post your photos on social media with the hashtag #MyFujifilmLegacy and be a part of the conversation.